Besides Applebees, what is the worst restaurant experience you've ever had? Went with a few friends to one of the few decent restaurants in our town. Some family-owned Italian place. Have been there plenty of times with no issue. Order our food, and no issue with the waitress so far. We have not seen the crazy come yet. It takes a long time for our food, but eventually it arrives. In stages. One of our friends lets the server know she was given the wrong salad. No, that's the one you ordered. No, it's not. I specifically ordered salad A because it has, insert dietary restriction here. No, you are wrong. No, I know what I ordered. Well, let me get the menu for you. She leaves briefly, but enough for us to look at each other with different levels of WTF. Our server then returns, menu outstretched, and she begins to read salad A's description very slowly. Then she gets to the ingredient that was the whole point of said friend ordering salad A. There was this flash of insane anger in her eyes, followed by the most thinly veiled restraint of anger ever. Well, then, I'll go get your salad for you. She stiffly marches off to the kitchen, and at this point, we're all shocked and pissed, but kinda curious to see where this goes. About 15 minutes later, this is a fricking salad, mind you, our waitress returns with the salad. It has no cheese, which was the other reason friend wanted to eat it. So she calls out waitress again, and tells her there's no cheese on the salad. The waitress's eyes bug out, and she says, I will get the cheese. We are just incredulous is not the word. At this point, no one is really eating because we're just thinking we're on candid camera. What the frick is this woman's deal? She returns, and says, okay, say when. Then begins to just grate the frick out of some cheese. Friend says okay, you can stop now. Waitress says, no, you wanted cheese. You're gonna get cheese. And basically the whole salad has disappeared in this cheese mound. We get up, leave no tip, ask for the manager at the host stand. The hostess says the manager is busy at the moment, so we just say frick it, and my wife leaves her phone number. She later makes a post about her experience in the local news website and it goes viral within the community. The manager contacts us privately, gives us two $50 gift cards, and the crazy waitress was fired. Edit, apparently, there are some folks who have decided to white knight for this waitress. While I appreciate the sentiment, I've worked in fan industry for 5 years and there's a difference between having a bad day and being purposely antagonistic towards customers. If you're doing that without much prompt, you shouldn't be a server. Further, we never called on her to be fired. If you read the post, we tried to get a hold of the manager that night to alert him about her behavior, but he was unavailable, so we left our number for him to call. While we posted about the experience on the town's local news website, we never named the waitress or the restaurant. The manager found out about the incident via the post, and inferred it was us who left our number. Also, I cannot confirm 100% whether or not she was actually fired, but we came back to eat there multiple times afterwards and never saw her again. It would make sense she was fired or possibly quit. Would like to vent about the iced tea I got yesterday. $5.50 for a cup of water with 3 blocks of ice in it and a standard tea bag that didn't dissolve NZD, which equals $4. I'd probably have to go with the time a ceiling tile fell on us, my husband and my mom, while dining at a huddle house. Probably our mistake for going there in the first place honestly, but things were going well, service was surprisingly alright. Just until I was raising the last bite of my grape jelly covered biscuit to my lips. A water drenched ceiling tile, with all the water and insulation, fell directly onto our heads and our table. There was a very audible gasp from the entire restaurant. We ended up not having to pay for the meal, and after talking to a manager, who mentioned that there is security footage of it that I wish I could have seen, we received about 5 free dining coupons and I think like $50. We didn't even use all of them because, well, it's Huddle House and that place was shit. A small diner outside Washington, D.C. The salsa in my omelet was stewed tomatoes with no spice or other flavor. The cheese they used for my Southwest omelet was a slab of the Kraft cheddar singles. It was literally the grossest meal I'd ever had in my life, and I've eaten bugs. It was so awful that I told my cousin not to eat there. He arrived into town while I was away and stayed at my apartment, and I left instructions to eat anywhere but that place. And he ended up just trying it out because it couldn't really be that bad. It was that bad. I have been really lucky to not have many bad experiences. But recently I went to an Indian restaurant in Chatham, New Jersey. The food was pretty good, but call me entitled, I expected a lot more of it to not be on the bill. We asked for waters when we sat down. Apparently they poured us some fancy bottled stuff in the back and brought it out like it was tap water, but aquapanna or something like that was on our bill. We ordered chicken tikka masala with naan, but only like 2 pieces came out. We asked for more naan, and on our bill it was like $5 for each order of 2 slices of naan. Also, my mom ordered tea, and every time she finished her cup, she really liked it. They came right over and refilled it without asking, like $5 every time. All in all, we ordered chicken tikka masala for me and my elderly mother to share. We expected like a $30 bill, but it came out to a $100 after they nickel and dimed us all over the place. I guess it was really entitled of me to think it was normal for much of that stuff to be complimentary. The restaurant was dead. Literally only one in the diner. I seat myself. 10 minutes a greeter asks what I'll drink. I say just water. They say your waitress will be right with you. Never got my water. 10 minutes later waitress asks what I will eat and drink. Corned beef hash with eggs over easy. Got my water. Took 25 minutes, after I noticed it's been a while and still haven't gotten food, for my food. I'm chewing on ice cubes, never offered a refill. My meat is burnt, my potatoes are raw and my eggs are scrambled. Done. Went to a burger joint by the university I go to after a day of skiing, so I'm not exactly dressed nice or anything, but it's a burger joint, so whatever. I order my double bacon cheeseburger cause it's the best thing on the planet, take my to-go ticket and sit down in a booth facing the counter. After a couple minutes of chilling on my phone I glance around and I see the owner of the place kinda peeking out at me from like halfway behind the ice cream machine and he's just staring into my soul. I'm a kind of scruffy looking person so I'm kinda used to getting excellent customer service in malls and stuff. But how the frick am I gonna steal a burger that I already paid for? So I glare this guy back down for like a solid 4 seconds and I lost that round. I want you to imagine how long 4 seconds is when you're staring into the eyes of a man who looks like he wants to hire someone to kill you as soon as he can. A few minutes later they call my number and I get my food and dip. As I'm turning away from the counter I see the owner start to walk around and he follows like 8 or 10 feet behind me to the door and stays in the building while I get in my car. I put the key in and look back up and he's just freaking looking at me, like half hiding behind one of those big window posters with a giant picture of an Oreo shake or whatever. We have a freaking standoff through the 2 panels of glass and I swear to God I looked at this man for an eternity. I felt nothing but rage for his freaking face and I'm sure he felt nothing but the same for mine. We both broke eye contact at the same time and I haven't been back since. I still miss those double bacon cheeseburgers, best I've ever had. Frown. I went to Korean barbecue buffet on a double date a few years ago. Good friends and endless meat. What more could you possibly ask for? Then when I asked for a refill of Coke, in Korean, "Can I get some more Coke please?" The server literally throws down the tray he's holding and starts cursing at me in Korean so fast that I have no idea what's going on. I'm not completely fluent. We're all staring at him because we have no idea what just happened and his coworkers run over to hold him back because he was very ready to fight me. Completely confused we ask what the issue was and he says through frustrated tears, he keeps bossing me around and asking me for things. Again, we stare at him all confused, because he was our server, and we were definitely polite. I apologized anyway for upsetting him and that I had no intention to do so. He cusses me out again and we get a new server. Needless to say, we didn't tip on our way out, but then the host literally chased after us and demanded to know why we didn't tip. What? That's when you whisper 1v1 me StarCraft 2 and run. Nice try, Applebees. We try to patronize local restaurant server chains, but one owner was his own worst enemy. Food was good, wait staff was competent, but every time we ate there, the owner was constantly whining about how nearby chain restaurants were killing his business. I wasn't surprised when the restaurant closed suddenly without even taking down the decorations or patio umbrellas. The chains may have made things difficult, but the owner sabotaged himself by delivering a constantly subpar experience.